Hey everyone. Oh wait, let me turn off the fan. Hey everyone. Turn it down to low because I'm not turning it all the way up. How's it going? Good? Not so good? So, either way, hope you guys have a better day than you're already having. It's pretty early in the morning for me. It's like 10, 11 a.m. I think. It's pretty early. Yeah, I got up for the day and I wanted to make an update video of why I haven't been uploading. And I will be uploading later this week a video that I've been working on for a while. So a lot of things I said I would do and I won't be doing right away because I haven't had the chance to. I've just been going through too much recently. So in order to punish myself, I'll be doing a specific video where these very, very wet eggs, they're wet because I had to wash them, because my dad and I, my dad has like 100-something chickens in the barn, so he gave me some eggs and I'm supposed to eat them, but I'm gonna waste 2 of the eggs. I'm very sorry, Dad. I did give his permission to do this actually, but I'm gonna be slamming 2 eggs on my head per promise I broke. Now, my dad did give me permission because of course he gave them to me so I can do whatever I want with them. I'm most likely going to eat most of them because they are delicious, but I still had to wash them. That's why they're wet. Because my dad doesn't wash them unless he's selling them, and these were ones that he had that he normally washes off himself. So, yeah, there were a bunch of eggs, and he's just like, yeah, take 1.5 dozen. I'm like, okay. And then a couple days later, I'm like, hey, Dad, would it be okay if I slam some on my head? He goes, I mean, I guess that's fine. I don't know why you would do that, but I don't care. I'm like, okay. My dad's pretty cool about that kind of stuff. If you give someone something, he doesn't care how they use it. I'm not sure if that's a good trait or a bad trait. Either way. I think it's a good one in my opinion, but... so I'll be smashing 2 eggs in my head for every single promise I broke, which currently amounts to, well, every major one, so that involves my channel, which involves, I think, 3 of them. So it'll be 6 eggs, and I don't think there's any more than 3 that are major. But yeah, so that's my punishment for that, and I will not be able to wash it off. Well, I'll have to wash it off, because that way it'll be really bad. And I'm not allowed to wash it off until the video ends, and it'll be a 20-ish, 30-minute long video. That will also be a punishment for me that you will see, and you'll see what that means in a little bit. It's not just the eggs, it's something else in the video that's going to punish me horribly. So yeah, you guys are excited for that. But yeah, so recently I've been going through a lot of crap. Of course, multiple moves has completely destroyed my mental health. A bit much for me, who lived out in the middle of nowhere for most of his life. Okay, so I'm going to list off the events of my life with a living situation. Grew up in the middle of nowhere. Turned 16. Got put in an adolescent group home because of issues my parents and I had with each other, and that was just normal. We were a head-butting family. So at the age of 16, I was put in an adolescent group home for people who are not 18 yet, but also are somewhat over 14 or 15. I believe 15 is the youngest you can begin there. Turned 18, got sent to an adult group home. Was there for about 2.5 years. Then got sent to my first apartment, so I was finally able to take care of it myself. That apartment was not in the best of shape, and the landlady did nothing to fix up the apartment, so I came here, my current apartment, and yeah, I'm here now. Oh, and then I lost my benefits for a while, and this was more of my own choice. I chose to kind of be homeless in a way, and by that I mean I was spending the night at my friend's house, but during the day I just walk around and spend my day outside. Which isn't really homeless, but you get the point. Because I couldn't pay my rent and all that, so in order to get away, I just chose to kind of be like, I'm just gonna go do it. And the landlady wasn't gonna like punish me for it, because of course it's not my fault that I can't pay rent, and rent would be coming in soon. However, that week, of course, I had to turn in rent, and she was very nice, but she's like, yeah, I'm not gonna kick you out for missing 1 month's rent. Besides, your benefits will pay for it immediately once they get started back up. I'm like, well, that's good to know. She's like, yeah, so don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. And technically, even I pay rent at the beginning of the month anyway, so it's like I have the whole month anyways. Like even after I pay rent, and that means that next month, I would have only been a few days late, technically, of paying rent. Either way, it was nice of her. And then I came back to my place after the week was up and just lived here. So, I mean, that's kind of the point of an apartment. But this was all within 5 years that I moved to 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 places. Well, if you don't count the homeless part. So my childhood home, which is a place I still visit on weekends. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Childhood home, adolescent group home, adult group home, apartment. Yeah, so that's a major change. 5 places within 5 years. That's very stressful for me. I've been moved around a lot, especially when I was originally living out in the middle of nowhere and then started moving to the city. And it just like, it's a completely different area. It's just not what I'm used to. It's just stress. Also, I can't sleep at night because there's tons of noise. You may have been able to hear that ambulance or police car or whatever that was outside my window just a moment ago. That's what it's like every night, but imagine 20 of those going by every hour. And I can hear it extremely well because high-pitched noises wake me up easily. And I already get a lot less sleep than I probably should. So, yeah, there's that. And then comes the fact that I don't live with my girlfriend anymore. That was a huge change, but it was a good change. My girlfriend and I were living together at my last apartment, but then we both decided that we have to move out because this place is not in a healthy kind of way. It's not together. There are no fire or smoke detectors in the place except for one that's upstairs, which is upsetting because there's not even one in the kitchen where the stove is. It's basically illegal, and we shouldn't have been able to move in there in the first place. But of course, I needed somewhere to go, and I was recommending it to my. She said I could recommend the place to my friends and everything, so I'm like, okay, I'll recommend it to my girlfriend. Because four other people are going to live there at some point. I might as well know the people who are going to live there. And of course, this is the upsetting thing. She blamed me for not getting work done. She claimed that my stuff was in the way. When, first of all, you have a dozen rooms in that house. More than a dozen, actually. You have about 14 rooms in that house. You can work on any of them. None of them except for my bedroom was completely finished. There were 13 technically, because my bedroom was finished. 13 rooms you could work on. But just because I have a chair in one room that has some Nerf guns laid out on it, you can't work on that room or any others? That's just complete BS. And I'm just pointing it out because that was false. My Nerf guns were set on top of a chair. A little wooden chair that had 4 or 5 Nerf guns stacked on it. That's not getting in your way. Yes, it's in the middle of the room, but you can move the chair over. Not to mention, she would walk in, say, okay, well, I'm going to work on this place. Look around and be like, this is horrific. You can't be doing this. I'm like, doing what? And she goes, there's a piece of paper on the ground. I'm like, it's a newspaper that you left here last week because you were painting. And by the way, she painted the bathroom. That was it. It was the only thing she ever actually worked on in the place. The whole time I was there. So she obviously wasn't getting work done. So Jess and I both decided we have to move out. Of course, we can't live in this place because it's the studio apartment. There's really no way we'd both be able to share the place. So I was like, well, yeah, this isn't really an option. We're going to have to move to different places. Currently, she is out of state, and I can't give you guys the details until she tells me I can, which may be a while. But yeah, it might not be a while. It might be a week for all I know. It may be a while, but it probably won't. So I can't really tell you the details of that. But currently, I'm not even able to see her. And now I live even farther from Penfield, which is where all my friends were. Because I grew up in Penfield and Fairport. Like, that was I always went to Penfield school, but my house was technically in the Fairport district. It was technically on the border, but whatever. So it was a huge change to not be able to see any of my friends, who, by the way, are one of the biggest coping mechanisms I have, which, for anyone who doesn't know, I have some pretty bad depression. I have ADHD, bipolar, OCD, a small case of OCD. There's a bunch of things I have. I could list them all off, but it would take me an hour. I have things that I don't even know that I have because I take meds for them. I just found out that one of them was for something that I didn't even know I had. It's crying out loud. So the point is, I've been struggling. I've been struggling to not just live in my apartment because, of course, stuff gets thrown about when I'm just not thrown about. The place gets messy when I'm not able to cope and all that. I just kind of don't care. I'm in a depressed state, which is very rare for me. Normally only happens when there's an extreme change, but it's been happening. So I've been stressed out, haven't been able to do much. However, recently I found out that one of my friends is moving nearby, so hopefully I'm gonna be able to hang out with him again and help me cope a bit more. But currently I'm still struggling. I won't deny that, but I am planning on making videos again. I have tons of videos saved up on my phone. I'm not kidding, but it's too stressful for me to upload them because YouTube doesn't exactly like my videos. And I'm not saying YouTube like the algorithm. I'm just saying every time I upload a YouTube video, it doesn't allow me to because it's a corrupted file according to the site. So it uploads like 60% and then it says file could not be uploaded or whatever, file corrupted. I'm like, okay, so I changed the format of the video, try uploading it again. Sometimes it goes further percent but still fails, and I'll upload the old one again and it works. But it takes hours for me to get one video uploaded that's like a 10-minute video. It's not worth it. So I've been kind of just waiting until I can handle it and cope better and yada yada yada. So yeah, that's basically why I've been away. Of course, I'm taking the freaking egg punishment to the... I can't really make up for it, but to kind of show that I'm sorry. I've just been away too long, and I've made a few videos that I uploaded because they were like a minute long or something like that. They were very short. I think I've only uploaded one since my whole moment of leave. But that was also because it was like a minute or too long, and that takes like 30 seconds for it to upload to YouTube, and normally there's no problems with the shorter videos like that. So that one was pretty easy for me to upload. But overall, it's just been too difficult for me, and I haven't been able to make videos because it's just too stressful. So, and for anyone who has dated me, for crying out loud, you'll know I get overwhelmed very easily. It's just kind of my personality in a nutshell. Speaking of nutshells, there are eggshells next to me. Ha ha ha. Anyways, that's all, everyone. I'm going to end this video now. Bye. And I will be back late this week, so thanks.